Bailey from Glowforge.
I'm Nick from Glowforge.
This is called IKEA Hacks. Welcome everyone to our newest series. I'm Bailey from Glowforge.
I'm Nick from Glowforge.
We're trying something out new here.
Yeah, not new to the world.
Yeah, yes, not new to the world.
We invented the idea of hacking IKEA furniture here at Glowforge.
Today, we are going to make a Billy Bookcase into a, pegboard experience.
Yeah, like a display unit that you could use in your craft room, in your teenager's bedroom, using this as the frame, using Glowforge to create those pegboard elements and the different hooks and things like that.
Yes, we know this is a really popular, fun thing to do. Buy something like mass-produced and basic and then make it custom, because you might think that if you're not a woodworker that you can't have a house full of custom furniture.
Absolutely.
That's not true.
Yeah.
So with that, get started.
Let's do it. First things first, we're gonna take this apart. Lift with the legs.
Pretty light, actually.
Do you have a hammer over there?
Yes.
I think we need it to pull these nails out. There's just 4.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
We're gonna replace that with some proof grids.
Okay, let's lay it on here.
Okay, let's do 30.5 by 38 1/16. Great.
Write that
Hopefully
down.
someone on the set will write that down for us. Today, I think we're gonna use some fancy maple plywood, right?
Great.
All right, so there is our carcass basically ready to go.
The skeleton,
That's
of the
it.
Billy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was looking at Instagram, of course, #Glowforge on Instagram, just for some inspiration about furniture, because even if you don't have pass-through, there are ways that you can customize furniture. Okay,
Absolutely.
so here's this first one.
That doesn't look customized yet.
No, it's a little rough. I think it's been sanded down.
Yeah, that looks like maybe a thrift store find, something like that, right?
Ready for the after?
Okay.
Boom.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a VW bus situation.
That's awesome.
Glowforge made looks like maybe the Volkswagen logo and the windshield wipers and the windows and all that.
headlights.
Watch out when that kid turns 16 though, they're gonna be.
Oh yeah, driving that thing.
Yeah.
How's your insurance?
Okay, this one I don't have it before. They've used the Glowforge to just add some like texture to those doors, right?
Yeah.
So just little holes. Here's an up close of that. That's beautiful.
Oh, that's
just add some
great.
design and texture to the room.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a before. This is just a simple. Wow, this is broken too.
Oh yeah.
Then the after.
Oh wow, so it looks like they removed the glass. And that actually looks like a design that they've mirrored horizontally and then vertically.
Exactly. Okay, and then this last one, here's
this
the
is
before
cool.
and then after.
Ta-da!
The gold over the blue just looks like
Super
royal luxury, exactly.
And it has that 3-dimensional quality. That's not just paint either, is it?
Exactly, that's just gorgeous. Okay, this is actually the last one. A simple TV stand, and then they added these.
That looks like a doily to me
a
in
wooden
many ways.
doily,
Like it's like a mandala pattern in some ways.
Exactly.
Very intricate, very precise. But yeah, cutting that out by hand to take something like that, super
But
difficult.
on the Glowforge, I don't know, maybe 20, 30-minute print, and then paint white, and then pop it on there with some glue. So I'm thinking for the project today, we should make it to display cool things, right?
Something maybe a little modular.
Exactly, yeah, modular.
So something kind of modular, something that can display your things.
Right. All right, so what are you doing here?
All right, I thought we could just do some sketches, kind of realize some ideas on paper before we commit to getting our designs ready for Glowforge. Because this is our standard Billy, right? And maybe what we could do is, if we just copy this for a second, but what I'm kind of thinking is, what if we just take one of the shelves and keep that down towards the bottom like this? And that way we have a bit of storage for, I don't know, maybe some boxes.
Shoes?
Shoes, like skateboard helmet, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then we have all of this area up here that we can use for that pegboard. We could also, like if you imagine this is a 3-dimensional thing, we could use the side
Oh, of
on
course.
the inside of this thing. We could take the back and we could divide that up into sort of 2 pass-through sheets. I think one of the cool things about the IKEA design is that they have that sort of, it's like a vertical rectangle, right? But what if we took that one stage further and maybe we do like a cross, something like this.
Seems like that would be really stable too.
And we could do, something for your phone, maybe your Nintendo Switch, headphones, You know, this could be a picture frame, could be an iPad. And I thought it could be quite nice to have a space down here for the name too. We have some personalization.
What materials do you think we need?
I like maple because of how light it is, how it contrasts when you do engraves and things like that. But you could use absolutely anything, whatever your preference was. And then to add a pop of color, we could either paint some of that wood or we could use some acrylic.
Oh yeah.
And we can get both the wood and the acrylic in proof grade.
Right, and then they'll be the same thicknesses as well, so they'll fit.
All right, so next step, let's take this, let's take our measurements that we took earlier on, we can formalize it and translate it into something that we can actually print. So based on the designs that we had before, we know the size that our pegboard panels need to be. We're gonna get 2 of these essentially side by side, kind of like this. So what I need to figure out now is the size of those pluses. So 3.5 millimeters by 20 millimeters. Let's try that. So if we double those up like this, we can then use our Pathfinder tool to join it together. And we're designing this to suit us. So it doesn't really matter what these dimensions are. We should just do what looks good. Given that these are 20 mil wide, let's do double that width at 40 mil. Grab all of these and use my favorite tool in Illustrator, Command K, opening the preferences and using this keyboard increment field. Now this allows you to move stuff by specific amounts. I know I need to move these crosses by 20 millimeters. So I just type that in, and every time I tap my arrow keys, they move by 20. But if I hold Option and tap, then I can duplicate them too. Once I've moved one row, grab these, and let's do, what do we need to do, 60 mil now? No, 80 mil. Math is hard. So in a matter of moments, we have all of those little plus signs that we need. Then if we group those, grab this, and then center everything, we have our pegboard basically ready to go. Now the next thing that I wanted to do was to make that shelf that we've been following along. These plus signs are constant across the board. This is what everything fits into. And then all I'm going to do is use the circle tool here to create an offset like this. And then this is going to be for a shelf. And I think I want that shelf to be, say, 100 mil. There we go, using that trusty keyboard increment command again. I can very quickly move that piece, copy it across. Then I'm going to add the bottom piece to the shelf right now. This might not be quite so strong. So what I'm going to do is do an offset from this line of another millimeter like this. And that way I can just beef it up a little bit and make it just a little bit stronger. Somebody will layer 5 of these together. And then we'll have one final one, which is going to be the faceplate. For the faceplate, I actually want to fill in all of this gap. So all I'm going to do is delete these bits of lines that we don't need. I'm going to use the pen tool to join this and this together. And there is our faceplate. These ones here are going to be made out of, say, maple plywood, something like that. We can give them a color just to indicate that. And then all we have to do is, again, using that Pathfinder tool, let's cut those crosses out from the actual shape itself. Let's duplicate it 5 times. Do the same thing for that front faceplate. That's looking pretty good. So those are ready to go. So I'm just going to drag select these pieces. I can do File, Export Selection, or Export. And then I can choose SVG and save it to wherever I want it to save. Head over to my dashboard here, app.glowforge.com, click Upload, and we'll be able to find our file right here in our Downloads folder. And in just a matter of moments, that's going to be available on our screen, and we can print it.
Okay, so are they going to be this close together on the big one?
I think they could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that density of pattern. I think it looks pretty cool. But of course, you could adjust this to whatever you wanted to.
So you could do like hearts or other shapes in here or something too.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we printed some of these that fit in here. So
Absolutely.
what do you have?
So here are the 2 pieces. They are both identical.
Okay.
And they slot together like this. And there are some little like nibbly bits that if I squeeze it together, lock into place. There you go.
Okay.
That is locked in there. Now.
Right.
That's not going to come apart. And it's got these little zigzags here on the side. So in theory, when we push that into the hole, if you want to give that a go, it should kind of click in there. And it might take just a little bit of force.
Oh,
there
wow.
Perfect.
Look at that.
That's pretty rad.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Okay, so if we had another one, then this is like for a shelf or for other things?
Yeah. Or these ones here, I have some parts that clip to it.
Okay.
I can take this little circle, attach it to the front, kind of like this, and then this becomes a peg.
Oh, perfect. So you can hang
Absolutely.
keys or what have you.
Absolutely,
lanyards.
Lanyard, that kind of thing. And then this concept is a hook, really simple, kind of J shape with a little hook like this on the back. And this one just goes in here.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
And I
so
think
cool.
The cool thing about this is you can make this as big or as small as you like. You can make that hook to fit or to hold something really specific, or you can make a few general sizes.
Okay, so now that we have our design all ready, we are ready to print, and we're using a Glowforge Pro today. The Pro is our top of the line premium model, and the reason that we're using it today is because it has the pass-through slot, which means that we're going to be able to slide this giant 4-foot piece of material through the Glowforge this way and out in order to create something giant like our upgraded Billy Bookcase.
Like this is much bigger than the printer itself. And all you have to do when you're designing this thing is to draw it full size, slide it through. Glowforge will print whatever it can fit on the sheet at that time. You move it a little bit more, it prints a bit more, move it a bit more, it prints the next bit until it's finished. There's no alignment, no jigs, no measuring you have to do. It's all done magically with cameras and things like that inside the machine.
We are printing today on proof grade materials. Hold on, I'm gonna switch this around so it's not upside down.
It's so big it kind of gets awkward to carry it around.
So this is a pass-through piece of proof grade material. The camera inside Glowforge is able to read this QR code and tell the Glowforge that this is medium maple plywood. So then Glowforge does all your settings for you automatically, and you don't need to fuss with it.
You want to stick it in? Let's do it.
Okay, which side are we starting from?
We're gonna go from the back to the front.
Okay.
It kind of comes out the front like a tongue, which is kind of interesting, but that's just how it is.
It's easy to slide in.
Yeah, there we go, perfect. And then we'll just stick it in there so it's just coming out a little bit. And because that's bending like that, I think we should probably
prop it up with something.
Yeah, let's stick that under there.
Okay.
Perfect. We're just using a stack of scrap material that we have around. You can use anything. A roll of tape, cuddly animal, whatever it might be. Just keep that as flat as you can. Everything else we'll take care of in the app.
Perfect.
So follow me over to my computer.
Okay.
Sorry, what's happening?
No, I'm giving a pause so that we can edit to it.
Got it.
As you can see, the button is now glowing. There's only one button on a Glowforge, and that means that the print is ready to go. You want to press it?
Yes, please. Oh my goodness, this is the best bit. This is incredible. I mean, right now we are using what is literally a beam of light to cut through wood. Like, how is that? I mean, it's possible because of physics, but like when you think about it from a surface level, how is that possible? It's incredible.
And what's even more amazing is that you can manipulate the settings to work with whatever materials: paper, fabrics, acrylics, leather, stone. I mean, the possibilities are mind-blowing. This could be Nick's and I whole job for the next 10 years is just making Glowforge IKEA things. We'll see, we're working on that. We just finished the first section of one of these pass-through panels for the back of our Billy Bookcase. We're going to move the material while it's still in the Glowforge and print the next section.
That's it, simple as that.
All right, well, that was the last section, so we're ready to take it out.
Let's do it. What we gotta do is slide it out a little bit further.
And it's great because there's no cooling period or anything like that. It's, done, finished.
Isn't that amazing?
It does have masking on it though. So all of the proof grade material has just kind of a low tack adhesive paper on it. So we'll just peel.
And you can use your fingernails for this or what have you, or you can use something like this. This is Gorilla Tape. It's a very sticky black sort of repair tape, if you like. And you can take a little piece of this, tear it off, pop that on the corner like that, and then you can lift that paper up just like this.
This is one of the biggest pegboards I've ever seen.
Yeah,
okay,
that's huge.
One big piece for the back, a second big piece for the back that we've customized with the name.
That's nice.
Dash's Room.
We could take another material. This is actually a piece of clear proof grade, and I left one side of the masking on. And if I shine the light through, we kind of get this cool sort of frosted effect.
Ooh, yes.
So we could stick this behind here.
Okay.
And if I put the light behind it, you see how that kind of glows?
Oh.
Isn't that cool?
So we have that. We have the wooden pegs that go in here.
Yeah, we do have to print some more of those actually. So let's get that rocking and rolling.
You can see we got a lot of stuff on this one sheet.
They're looking so great. I love just checking out how detailed these pieces are.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we'll do some in acrylic as well. It'll just look really nice, like all mismatched together, I think. Not too much symmetry.
Absolutely.
Kind of, one of those things that look like we didn't really think about it, but we thought about
definitely
it
did.
a lot.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so this is the medium black.
This is medium black. Of course, you can use any color you want.
Sure.
We're going with the high design, white, black, maple kind of look.
You
but
know.
you do you. And that's it. We'll
Great.
jump back on here and get that printing.
Okay, ready?
Let's do it. Got it?
Yes.
Now, we make this look heavy, but it's really not.
No, it's very light, yeah.
All right, so
And now we just gotta see if our pieces fit.
let's do it. Let's grab one.
Fingers crossed.
Over that side.
It's a little tight. I don't know if it's gonna fit right in there.
Yeah, this will probably do it. It's just 120 grit, like standard sandpaper. And we can just take it to the edge like this. Okay. That's always so satisfying. It might also be easier, just thinking out loud, if we were to tape these two panels together and fit them in at the same time. So back from the scrap bin,
Yes.
found these crosses. You may recognize them
familiar,
from,
yes.
yeah, absolutely. And we got tons of them. So this
Yeah.
is the perfect thing we can use for this
I love it when we
spaces.
can use scraps
Right.
too. It's great. This
The-
is really brilliant. I like this. Okay, so
Wow.
a bit of Glowforge improv happening today.
Yeah, learning moments.
So we glue these on, and this is going to work great for spacers. I
Yes,
love it.
yes.
I love using scraps, obviously. But we did find some Velcro around
We
the
did,
office.
yeah. And we realized that if you put two pieces of Velcro together like this, it actually equals the same, if
Look,
not
it's the
more
same.
space as the spaces that we glued on. So we don't even need to use the spaces.
And what we like about the Velcro is it will make this even more modular.
Now, this might look just a little messy on the back, but don't worry, because all you're gonna see is that side.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Pristine.
They'll never know.
Line it up to the top, and then kind of one chance to do this.
Yeah,
right?
you got to stick it on there right.
That's it. All right.
Oh,
Don't worry, we don't glue this one yet, so it's it's all good.
okay.
Look, and we got that gap like we said.
Yep.
So I bet you now, if we got that hook, that would
Oh,
fit on
yeah.
there just perfectly. Let's see. Ta-da! Amazing. That was so easy. There you go,
It's in.
Tim. Let's see that.
Ready?
Yeah. There we go. All right. I think this will go in just
Yep.
nicely. Different colors just to throw in there as well.
Maybe this one up there?
I need your hammer, Bailey. Where'd it go?
Oh yeah, where did that hammer go?
Right here. How cool is that? So that is our Billy Bookcase, just the standard small size, transformed.
Well, this turned out incredible.
Yes.
And I just can only imagine all the different versions you could do with it.
Yeah. I mean, you can imagine like 3 or 4 of these stacked together.
Oh my God.
The fact that you can just take these pieces out and move them around to wherever it suits, whatever purpose that you might have is fantastic.
Awesome. And I
Fantastic
mean, if
job.
we can do it, you can do it. All you need is a Glowforge. You get the design in the catalog
Yep.
and just customize the way that you want it.
That's it. And this was what, a few hours of work really when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to printing and peeling and arranging and things like that. And honestly, it's so much fun. The
Oh,
time
yeah.
flies by. It really does.
I'm going to be going through everyone's house looking for the basic furniture items, suggesting simple
Yeah,
upgrades.
did you know? I love it. I love that idea. Fantastic.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining
Yeah.
us for this IKEA hack, and we'll be back for more.
Absolutely.
See ya.
Thanks. Bye.